Hi guys, and welcome back to one of my video. Paolo of GT14 Model Works here. The car of today is a very special model, This is the Nissan GT R in the GT1 version, so the pure racer used back in time, I think just for a couple of seasons, and racing at the Nordschleife. The model that I made here, it was a model produced to take some data from the showcase because the model is coming from my showcase. This was the model that was made back in time by Hobby Design. Hobby Design, I think one of the first kits about the racer that they did back in time, mostly today the company from Michael is concentrated on Pagani and Bugatti, Veyron, on Alfa models, so they made a very nice and interesting case. But for my personal taste, as I said many times to the guy contacting me from the Hobby Design company, I am mostly interested in racer. So if the car is not a race car, I probably will never buy and never build it for myself or for anybody else, because I don't like so much production cars, So this GT1 car have been produced by them completely in resin, and I have to say that the quality of the resin was absolutely good, despite probably for the production system that they had at the time, a kind of stellar price of the kit, considering to what you get in the car, because what you get in the box, because in this model you basically do not have the mechanical part, you don't have the engine showed off, you just have a kind of curbside model with excellent quality decals and a very nicely reproduced photo etched set, that also helps you a lot in the finishing of this particular feature of the GTR, GT1, that is the vents on the front roof. They had a specific system to make the line of the vents in a proper way. You see that they look extremely precise, but not because of my skill, because of the system that they did. Then also my skill made a little over this one. What I did here, it was to open completely the side vents, all the vents that you see, that usually they are just marks on the resin, then I open it completely with the Dremel from inside, as in the way that you can see the front vents there, like in the real car. And the decal was absolutely stunning. Hobby Design have a quality in decal that in my opinion is one of the best ever, so I really hope that they will produce more racing versions and racing decal. I think they are produced by their own, so they don't use cartograph, they don't use the famous brand around to make decals, they just make by their own, but the quality is absolutely stunning. I like this livery particularly because that I like flag cars, so this car have a very huge Union Jack on the roof, so I like this so much to see the Union Jack on a car. And one of the features of this model was the double kind of finishment that you can find in the car, because you have a part, I hope that from the video you can appreciate it, I hope so. The white side of the car, it is made in a kind of gloss white, and the black part is a kind of flat black, so you have to work with the double layer of gloss and flat in the way that you will not create a kind of step between the two lines. You don't have to have the typical step effect that if you pass on the line you say you see the difference. No, so that was probably one of the hardest part of this model, as well as they forget, and I absolutely do know why, to mold on the racing part this opening that was for the extra light used in some races like the Nürburgring, like Le Mans and so on. So this panel line with the bolts around was not present in the original model. Anyway, I have to say that the overall look of the car is absolutely taken. The GTR is a brutal racer and absolutely nice in the look, because it's a huge car, it's big. You see that it's absolutely powerful vehicle, even more in this version with the sumo power on the back. It seems to see she running, with the tail and the light and the brake turning on. So it's absolutely really well done, and I absolutely can absolutely suggest you to buy this model and to enjoy it, because it's a ultra rare subject, a very specific model of racer of the past, and the rules changed, the regulamentations were different, so they didn't use the GT1 category any longer, but this racer existed, so this was absolutely a very important step in the development of racing. Japanese cars was mostly raced by an European British team, but it was a Japanese racer that we don't see so often around the European tracks. The wheels are also absolutely well done by them. In this type of design is super. I mean, the quality and the look of the rims is taken, the proper dimension of the tire also, so the kit is absolutely a stunner. Really nice. There were some issues in the building, I remember, because part of it, I suspect because of the long traveling from the kit from Hong Kong to Europe, have been wrinkled, so the body arrived quite wrinkled. But if you are little used with the modification and the working of the resin parts, it is absolutely nothing so complicated to keep it straight. So the car was absolutely excellent and wonderful, quite pricey kit from Hobby Design, and one of the first one that they made back in time, arriving to the today production, that is absolutely the status of the art of this kind of kit in 1/24 scale, and is absolutely suggested. So if you find still one around, probably this is very rare model today, I absolutely suggest you to take one and build your own GTR GT1 for your collection. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.